This story will blow your mind. An abandoned child, no family, no love, no home. As the sun set on a quiet evening, a baby was left on the doorstep of an orphanage. Some of these homes were decent enough. The Petersons, for example, treated him with kindness, but they also had their limits. They couldn't adopt him because of legal complications. So when he turned 18, Samuel was back on the streets again. The child was just 3 days old. There was no note, no name, nothing but a tattered blanket wrapped tightly around the infant. This was Samuel. Abuse and starvation were common experiences for Samuel during his early life. Through it all, he found solace in the idea that one day he would become a parent himself. After giving Samuel the best meal he'd had in a long time, she offered him a job, helping with the after-school care program. It wasn't much, but it was a start. He envisioned a loving home filled with warmth and affection. He realized that his purpose wasn't just to provide meals or temporary shelter. He wanted to be a positive influence in their lives, guiding them toward becoming happy and healthy individuals. In their laughter, he heard echoes of his own forgotten childhood. And in their smiles, he saw the reflection of a brighter future. He could already picture the children playing in the front yard and sleeping in the cozy bedrooms. His heart swelled with anticipation. Working with children wasn't a role he had ever considered. However, there was something about the innocence in their eyes that drew him in. It marked not only the beginning of his journey as a parent, but also the start of a legacy that would touch countless lives. He adopted a 7-year-old boy named Marcus, who had faced a harsh reality of being passed around in various foster homes. It was a brave and selfless decision. People questioned his sanity, but Samuel was resolute. Under Samuel's nurturing guidance, the children thrived. They excelled in school, participated in extracurricular activities, and most importantly, learned to believe in themselves again. Neighbors who once questioned Samuel's mission began bringing over donations. Each child brought with them a unique story, a new challenge, and a fresh perspective. Yet Samuel's dedication never wavered. He embraced every child as if they were his own flesh and blood. Food, clothing, and toys piled up at the doorstep. Soon, Samuel's small house overflowed with necessities for the children. There were sleepless nights, tantrums, and moments of despair. But for Samuel, the challenges were just another step on his path to making a difference. But for Samuel, the greatest reward wasn't the recognition or the donations. It was the knowledge that he had created a better future for these children. People began calling him the man who adopted 100 children. The reporter was moved by Samuel's story and wanted to share it with the world. By the time he turned 50, he had legally adopted 100 children. But his spirit remained as strong as ever, because I remember what it felt like to be nobody's child. Also, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I just want every kid to know they matter. When he was close to his final days, he looked back on his life with contentment. He knew he had made a difference. He had proven that one man's pain could birth 100 lives filled with hope. Each child was a testament to Samuel's unwavering commitment to providing a loving and supportive environment for those who needed it the most. An article featuring Samuel and his work was published in the regional newspaper, which soon led to national and international recognition. It wasn't a title he sought after, but it was a fitting description of the monumental impact he had on the lives of those around him. The community's support wasn't just about the material goods. It was a testament to the power of Samuel's vision. He had touched their hearts. He didn't focus on their past or their circumstances. Instead, he nurtured their strengths, encouraged their interests, and celebrated their achievements. They excelled in their chosen fields, giving back to society in their own unique ways. Some became doctors, firefighters, teachers, and yes, even adoptive parents themselves, continuing Samuel's legacy of kindness and compassion. He knew he could offer Marcus something no other home had: unconditional love and a deep sense of belonging. He had a way of making them feel seen, heard, and valued. He became a beacon of hope for abandoned and neglected children. The ripple effect of his compassion knew no bounds. The haven was filled with the echoes of laughter, the clatter of toys, and the hum of contentment. It wasn't about the size of the house or the material possessions within its walls. It was about the immeasurable wealth of love that permeated every corner of Hope's Haven. Samuel's patience and genuine care for the children created a bond that transcended the boundaries of a typical mentor-mentee relationship. He understood their struggles, having lived through similar challenges himself. His empathy and understanding made him a beacon of support for these children. Slowly but surely, Samuel began to connect with the children. He found joy in playing with them, teaching them, and listening to their tales of school and life. Their laughter echoed through the halls of the community center, chasing away some of the gloom that had settled in Samuel's heart. Despite its modest size, the house had a comforting warmth to it. It wasn't much, but it was a start toward Samuel's dream of providing a permanent home for one of the children in his care, a place where a child wouldn't just exist, but would thrive. His journey started not with a bang, but with a silent sob left unnoticed on a cold doorstep. But what if I told you this very child grew up to become the parent of over 100 children? This isn't fiction. He saved every penny he earned, dreaming of the day when he could create a real home for the children. His determination was unwavering. He was no longer just surviving, he was thriving on hope. Despite his difficult circumstances, he held on to his dream of creating a loving family. He knew it wouldn't be easy, but his determination never wavered. Samuel's resilience was a testament to the strength born out of a desperate hope for a better future. It's the true story of Samuel, a man who turned his deepest pain into unconditional love. His story began in a small town nestled between rolling hills and whispering trees. If I ever make it out of this, I'll make sure no child ever feels as invisible as I did. It was a promise he never forgot. Growing up, Samuel bounced from one foster home to another. By the time he turned 18, he had lived in 17 different households. In his younger years, foster parents often overlooked his needs. Some were kind, but many weren't. As a child, he made a solemn promise to himself. At 19, with no steady income and nowhere to call home, Samuel struggled to make ends meet. During these challenging times, fate intervened when Samuel stumbled upon a community center offering assistance to those experiencing homelessness. Mrs. Harper, a compassionate volunteer at the center, noticed Samuel's kind eyes peeking from under his worn-out hat. She offered him a warm smile and a hot meal, which he ate hungrily, savoring each bite. Mrs. Harper had a heart as big as the house she lived in. At first, Samuel wasn't sure what to do. It wasn't long before the kids at the center warmed up to Samuel, too. As months went by, the connection Samuel formed with the children grew deeper. Samuel poured his heart and soul into his work at the center. By age 23, Samuel had managed to save enough money to rent a small house on the outskirts of town. With his limited savings, Samuel was able to secure a small house. It wasn't much, but it was filled with potential. The decision to adopt Marcus was a pivotal moment in Samuel's life. After getting the house ready, Samuel took the plunge. Samuel named the place Hope's Haven. The name resonated with everyone who stepped foot into the house. The local community embraced Hope's Haven. Hope's Haven wasn't just a home. It was a sanctuary for children who had known more rejection than affection. As Hope's Haven gained recognition, people from neighboring towns and even other states reached out to Samuel. As the years flew by, more and more children found their way to Hope's Haven. It wasn't always easy. Over the years, Samuel's story spread far and wide. One day, while attending a community event with some of the children from Hope's Haven, Samuel was approached by a local journalist. People from all walks of life reached out to Samuel. Some offered financial support. Others volunteered their time at Hope's Haven. As the children grew up, they repaid Samuel's love in kind. Samuel continued to welcome children into his home until he was well into his golden years. The secret to Samuel's success, many people asked, lay in his ability to see the potential in every child. As the years went by, Samuel's health began to decline. When asked what kept him going all those years, Samuel had a simple answer. So here's the question for you. If you had Samuel's heart, how would you use it? Comment below.